Yeah, is he dead?
Well, you look through the portal, he's just standing there in the hallway.
Okay.
I'll come through.
Yeah, Khalil will go through.
Gnome statues look at us in any way when they go through?
They're dwarf statues, and no, I mean...
Dwarf statues.
They've not moved a millimeter since you've
Okay.
looked.
I recommend we kill that portal so the statues can't come through.
Well, yeah, that might be a good call.
Alright, remember, once I close the portal, you're our only way out of here, Eldove.
So don't die, Eldove.
So don't let me die.
I'll drop it.
You're standing in this network of hallways, and again, you've got two very heavy
with us,
metal
right?
doors.
What
He
does
was
the
a
door
minute
look
ago.
like? What does the
get
door
that.
look like from the other side? Is it?
It has two heavy deadbolts on it.
Does the magical locking hoo-ha affect it from this side, or could I try to pick it from this side?
You can try to pick it, but if it's arcane locked, you might not be successful. And you know the door is arcane locked because Tarin told you as much.
Right. All right. Worst comes to worst, I can try to pick this thing from this side, but it'll probably take a minute, and we'll probably get attacked as soon as we come out. But we'll jump off that bridge when we get to it. You guys want me to take the lead?
If you don't mind.
So there's heavy doors here and here.
Yes.
This is just a dead end.
It just looks like a solid wall.
Captain, can you detect magic on either of these doors?
Is everything magical on this side?
Yes. Walls, floor, both of these doors are.
Pretty much, it's similar to the last mage tower we were in. Everything here is magical. It's sort of overwhelming my senses.
Well, this looks like it goes further in, so I'm going to come up to this door. Is it locked?
It is indeed.
Do I need to tell you I'm checking for traps every time I go to a door, or can we just assume I'm checking it for traps?
Let's not assume, no.
Okay, I'm going to check this for traps.
Okay.
I forget what that even checks at this point. The straight dex check?
It's perception.
Perception. Oh, that's right, because I took the advantage on that. So that's a 17 plus, that's a 22.
You see no traps to your eyes.
Alright,
Nothing that looks like it's gonna blow up or cut his arm off or anything like that.
Alright, well, I'll try to pick this lock. I'm terrible. Now I have I have the proficiency on my thieves tools, so that'll actually become a 10 plus. Okay, now it's been a while since I've done this, so I'm trying to remember what my math is. It's just my proficiency bonus because I'm using the thieves tools, plus I get it doubled, so that actually becomes a 20.
Yeah, you double your proficiency bonus. You don't double the dex
But
modifier.
I can't roll less than a 10 because I have natural talent.
Okay.
Or I have reliable talent, so I can roll no less than a 20 on a lockpick.
Let me double check that real quick. I'm pretty sure you're doing it right, though.
No, yeah, that's absolutely that's the whole point.
Yeah, that's exactly how it's
Yeah.
going.
So I have a minimum 20 right now on my lockpicking skill.
It's a very masterful lock, but after a minute, you manage to pop it.
Alright, I guess I'll go ahead and keep the lead since I'm kind of scouting, so I'm gonna crack the door open very slowly and see what I see.
Does not open. Take hold of the handle and you cannot budge it.
Someone with more strength is gonna have to force this. I popped the lock, but it won't budge for little old me.
Well, is
He said-
it because the door is magical?
Well, I don't know. Actually,
Destil?
what can I tell from trying to punch it?
It's magical.
Oh yeah, the doors
Well,
both
yeah,
are
but is it
strongly radiating
is it
magic.
more magical?
All right,
Strong
Khalil will
magic.
try to budge the door.
Okay. Do you want to go through the formality of rolling a strength check?
Sure, why not?
It makes me think this isn't gonna work, whatever you roll.
15.
And you put all your might into it, but it doesn't feel like the door is budging from your strength.
Either it's barred from this side or there's something else at work.
Should I go ahead and pop the next lock, or do we want to keep messing with that door?
Let's just keep going.
Okay.
You do not see a lock on this door.
I do not see it. Well, I'm still gonna check it for traps.
Okay.
Comes a 10.
And it does not see Seem to be trapped. To your eyes, it looks safe.
I will try the handle,
Try the handle, and the door opens.
and I'm gonna slowly kind of crack it open.
And you look in this room, and on the floor you see a few pieces of armor, similar to what you saw the goblins wearing back at the camp. Very like piecemeal armor. And also you see a couple of more masterfully crafted pieces, the ones that the hobgoblins were wearing, strewn about the floor in here, laying in a kind of haphazard pile. Other than that, you don't see any features in this room.
No corpses or anything like
Yeah,
that?
no corpses. Yeah.
No.
How would the goblins have gotten this far, unless something dragged this armor here?
Let me
Well,
check for
this
magic.
could just be the armor of the hobgoblins he killed.
You check for magic?
Yeah, is the armor magical at all?
No.
Should we check over the room a little bit just to make sure there's nothing else in there? Before we move
Yeah,
on?
there's nowhere else we can go right now, so we may as well.
Can I check the room for traps, tripwires, anything?
Where are you checking? Like, what square do you walk to do this?
Well, I was going to be standing in the doorway, and I'm looking at the armor on the floor.
Okay, you can't check the walls or floor of room 2 without actually being in room 2. You can't do that from the hallway.
Okay, I'm going to just take I'm going to take this first step right here,
Okay.
and I'm going to check the armor.
Roll perception check.
I just did. It'd be 22.
You don't see what looks to be any traps, but there's something off about the room. There's something weird about, like, the way you're looking at the stone features in the wall. Like you're looking through something. There's obviously nothing there. It's not like a smoke or a mist or anything like that. It's just the way that the scant amount of light in this tunnel refracts to this room looks odd to you.
And I pass that along to the group. Ask if we want keep checking this room. I kind of want to run my hand along the wall and see what's going on.
I think we should do some sort of check of the room first. But
Yeah.
Well, what kind of check would you like to do of the room?
What part is looking weird to you? Is it the whole room?
You said it was specifically the walls looked weird, or the whole room looks weird?
You're not sure. It's the way that light moves in this room. It looks like it's refracted, as though you're looking at like a deep pool of water.
Investigate the floor.
Eldove, can you make your little owl dude into more of a, I don't know, iguana or something that can crawl along the walls in the floor?
It would take 10 minutes. I don't know that it's worth the time. And every minute we spend in here,
What is
shit
Khalil
gets more
rolling?
real.
I was just going to investigate the floor and the walls around this the area in the corner that I'm in.
Make a know your enemy check. One of those 3 rolls.
7.
I also have a test that I want to make real quick.
Once Zook points it out to you, you see it as well. Looking to the back wall of the room, something about the way that the small amount of light in this room, it makes it look like, if you don't focus your vision, it looks like it shimmers for a second. And what's Eldove's test?
I'm gonna back up here,
Okay.
and I'm gonna toss a coin towards the wall.
Towards the wall? Okay.
Coin flip test always works.
You fling a coin, and it flies over Zook's head. He's short. And you hear like a wet slapping sound. Right in front of Zook's face. Right here. And the coin is suspended in midair for a second, and it starts to drift slowly backwards and downwards towards the floor at the
hell
back of
no.
the room.
I don't like that at all.
Roll
Zook is
initiative. Everybody can roll initiative.
sufficiently freaked out.
You knew it had to happen at some point.
That's
This
why
is
we
what-
use the coin flip test. The
is
coin
what I
flip
think it
test
is.
always works.
Wow.
You know what? It makes sense that I rolled high for that one.
Nick,
Yeah.
what is
Oh,
your
12.
initiative? 12?
12. Yeah.
And Khalil?
17.
And Zook?
20.
Is anyone going to tell him he's doing it backwards again?
And Tarin,
No, he's
Tarin
doing it
is
right.
Shut
acting at 11.
11.
Yes.
Next time I'm doing it inside out, it's gonna be really impressive. Eldove,
17. Next time it's gonna be in wingdings.
okay. Zook, you have an action.
It will not provoke an attack of opportunity if I back away from this thing, since
have-
I haven't actually attacked it yet.
No idea what will happen if you try to back away from this thing.
Okay. Well, because I'm pretty sure as soon as a coin goes splork in midair, Zook would try to go, oh hell no, and run back this way.
Okay, and where does Zook
Do I
run
get-
to? Back there?
Yeah, he's just gonna run straight back, and then he's going to he's gonna say duck and. Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna ready in action to shoot if if any of my dudes gets attacked.
Okay. Eldove.
I do not trust shrinking coins, so I'm gonna toss a scorching ray in there.
Okay.
Where, targeted wherever the coin is floating.
Oh, I got you. I got you. Go ahead and roll them.
Yeah.
Roll all your 93 d20s that you get.
There's only a few d20s. Only 3. This is a level 2 scorching ray. It's not too exciting.
Oh.
This is what you call a test shot.
All 3 of those
2
hit.
hits and 1 crit.
So yeah, go ahead and roll up all the damage.
So do you... I've never actually crit on an attack before.
Spell attack,
Do
roll,
I-
roll the damage die twice, but don't apply your bonus to damage twice.
Yep.
Okay.
For that one ray, you'll roll the damage die twice.
Right. So I'll just roll more dice.
And what's the total on
Alright,
that?
so that's 2, 4, 6, 10, 15, 17, 22, 27, plus 5, 5, 5 is 42 fire.
Okay. The scorching rays you toss into the room are definitely impacting something far short of the wall. Something maybe 10 or 12 feet set away from the back wall. Khalil, from where you're standing, chunks of slime blow off of whatever this mass of nonsense in the corner of this room. Splatters all over your armor and your clothes as these scorching rays leave huge holes in it. And now it's very plain to see that there is a massive gelatinous cube in the corner of this room.
Yep.
Hey,
Khalil, you might want to get out of there.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
guys, this
Khalil,
is my first gelatinous cube.
you know what? This is actually my first gelatinous cube, too, now that I think about it. I don't think I've ever seen a gelatinous
How
cube. in
clean
D&D.
are the walls of this room?
They are very clean. In fact, the whole dungeon looks pretty clean.
I'm gonna have to get
That's
out my
as far back as
gelatinous-
I can get, because people are in the way.
You can walk past them.
He can walk past him into the
You
corner.
can't end on one of their squares, but you can walk past them and
Yeah,
end somewhere else.
You can trade. I'll trade places with you if you want.
Okay,
I got
that's-
a gelatinous cube miniature in the most recent Bones Kickstarter, so I haven't used one yet, but now I have to.
Nice.
Does it have space for a character
Yes!
to put in?
It's transparent
Ah, that's
plastic
good.
with space for a character inside it.
That's amazing.
That's good.
Orphan.
Oh, can you open it up and put a character inside it?
Yep.
That is amazing.
Orphan.
Can I see into the? Can I see it into the room from where I am?
What you see when you look in the room, make a perception check.
Okay.
Bing.
I'm looking at gelatinous cubes
no,
minis right
I'm
now.
not going to see it. That's a 6.
You can't see the cube itself because it's very transparent, but you can see the large scorching holes that look like they're just suspended in midair, maybe 5 or 6 feet up off the ground, where Eldove just threw scorching rays at this thing. So you can kind of tell where it is in the back corner of that room.
Okay. Then in that case, I will spend a key point
Okay.
to activate the Fangs of the Fire Snake
Okay.
and make a couple of flame attacks into the room
Do so.
at where I'm looking at.
Fire, fire, fire.
Let's see. So a 17 and a 14. Oh, wait,
Those both hit.
That was-
One of them's a crit.
oh, that one's a crit. Okay.
Yeah, that
Couldn't
20's a
quite see
crit.
it. All right, cool. So let me roll all my dice then. So that's a sorry, 8, 16, and just another 5. So 21 all told fire damage.
Okay. Orphan lashes out with her fire snakes, sending the tendrils into the room. And even though you can't see the dimensions of this thing, it's very easy to hit. It's very clearly taking up a large mass at the back corner of the room. And the fire lashes across it, leaving scorch marks, again, kind of suspended in midair. Tarin.
Let's go with some star missiles.
Okay.
In here.
Did you
Let's go with some
Tarin,
star
did
missiles.
you dismiss the portal? I no longer see the portal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he did.
Okay, it's dismissed.
Good. So we're trapped in here.
No, I'm not dead yet. We're not trapped.
I mean, I can always rest. First star missile hits an armor class of 15 for 5 force damage.
Okay. Yeah, keep rolling for how many you want to hit with.
Second star missile hits an armor class of 25 for 12 force damage.
Okay.
And third star missile hits an
Goes up
armor
on
class of 19 for 15 force damage.
And you launch the star missiles in the room. And same phenomenon as Orphan just saw. You see the missiles connecting with a mass that looks like they're hanging in midair. And the light, the refraction in the room, the objects inside of that corner of the room quiver and kind of shiver along the ground a little bit. And you hear a wet, like, squelching sound as though something were impacting the wall right in front of you.
That's the end of Tarin's turn.
Face to face with it as you are, I mean, you can see now the scorch mark right in the doorway as though it's trying to come through the door, but it's too big to fit. Tarin, you have an armor class, right?
Yep.
And Zook, you had a held action, right?
I do have a held action.
Okay, well, you can go ahead and take your attack right now.
Okay. Well,
Because
I
it's
should.
about to slurp on.
Yeah, it's about to
Tarin, it
slurp
looks
on
like.
Tarin.
Well, I have a question.
Okay.
If it's about to slurp on the Tarin, does that mean that I'm getting my? If he's been approached, that means that he's next to it. Yes. Do I get sneak attack? Is
Yeah.
what I'm asking.
Oh, yeah, he's within 5 feet.
Oh yeah. So that'll hit an armor class of a lot. That'd be like 20, 30.
Its armor class is very, very little, so
Yeah. Since it's just a big cube, I imagine.
it's not hard to hit it.
So that is a base attack of.
Then all the d6s.
Oh, math. 10, 13, 14, 18.
Two.
Grand total of 30.
Okay. You hear that wet, splattering sound hit the wall, and you take that to mean that this thing's trying to push its way through the door, and you immediately knock an arrow, let it loose. And your awesome skills with the bow, it swoops down like a magic bullet, ducking underneath between Eldove's legs and up and over Tarin's face. The arrow comes to a stop right by Tarin's ear, sticking out of the door. It's contacted something, and then you see it start to vibrate violently while it's hanging there in midair. The objects inside on the floor of the room, the coin and the pieces of hobgoblin armor, also start to vibrate kind of violently. You see the light in the room shimmer as the thing loses consistency, and it starts to just melt into this pool of very wet, viscous liquid spreading out over the floor of the room.
Zook takes a free action to throw out the victory symbol.
Okay.
Victory!
Is it dead?
And the arrow clatters to the
Was
ground.
it alive?
in front of Tarin.
Is it a threat? I guess would have been the better question.
Zook, you no longer see the mass of the thing in the room. You no longer see the weird refractions of light, but you do see, all of you can see the pool of liquid darkening the stone floor in front of you.
Is the liquid draining away, or is it just sort of a puddle there?
There's just a puddle. There's nowhere for it to drain to.
Okay. Oh, I tell him, it's that weird shimmery effect is gone, which I'm sure some of them can see.
Khalil can definitely see it. I mean, Khalil was
Well, the coin fell to the ground,
Yeah,
right?
the-
Or slooped to the ground, I guess.
the coin has hit the ground. The arrow clattered to the ground as well.
Khalil is actually probably the least likely person to be able to see it.
No,
Well,
I got dark vision
Khalil's
for an
passive
hour.
perception is pretty amazing. I thought, like
Yeah,
Khalil's
but he's way
passive.
down the hallway.
He wasn't though. He was in the room originally.
Well,
Yeah,
Tarin will take
Khalil
a
was able to
step
see it.
into the room and hope his boots don't dissolve.
No, you go sloshing through the muck. And now that you're getting a better look at the armor, you see that the armor looks like it's heavily corroded.
Yeah, good thing that thing didn't touch me again. I don't think I could go through that. I don't think my heart could take another one of those one of those things again.
Zook will ask Khalil, since he has the know your enemy skill, you tell me if that thing will, if that muck is going to dissolve leather or just metal.
Well, as judging by the pieces of armor, there's it obviously dissolves flesh, but is there bone or anything else in there?
There's not.
Okay, I'm not going to walk through there with my leather boots either, unless there's a compelling reason to.
I'll go to the back of the room and see if the wall is actually there. Just put my hand against it.
Yeah, stone wall. Kind of slimy. Are you wearing gloves?
Yeah,
Yeah, just a
I have gauntlets.
Oh, that's right. You're wearing the gauntlets. Yeah, just a slimy wall that recently this gelatinous cube was pressed up against.
So I don't want to be
Former
overly
gauntlets.
dramatic here, guys, but I think this might just be the wizard's garbage pit.
Oh, that's a good call. And Zook wants to actually kind of go back in and look up and see if there's a hole, a chute from the ceiling or anything like that.
Nope, solid stone ceiling.
If it is, he magics it in here.
Is this an actual under the wall, or we just haven't seen this far? Or
Solid stone wall.
what? Okay. And was that other door is locked, correct, Zook?
This door over
They said he
here.
opened the lock, but
I picked
he
the
couldn't
lock,
move it.
but no one could get it open. Or well, rather, me and Khalil couldn't get it open.
It's radiating the same form of magic as the first door was.
Oh, okay, it's another arcane lock.
It's a little weird that the hallway keeps going and then just ends with nothing there.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Well,
Do you want to search?
Yeah,
I'll get out of your way. I'm not very good at it.
sure. Why does my iPad keep falling asleep?
Because you haven't packed it yet, apparently.
Yeah.
all right.
Damn!
I'll investigate the wall.
Okay.
That becomes a 10, becomes only a 14.
26.
Solid stone wall.
All right, just a weird ass wall.
Maybe he's planning on building in later.
Okay, so we
Maybe
need
put in a wall.
Maybe this dungeon was just much more expansive originally, and the DM deleted half of it because he didn't need it all.
That would be metagaming, Brickroad.
I know. I'm allowed to metagame. I'm the DM.
My arrow is still sitting here.
Yeah,
All right.
you can collect it.
Yeah. Zook picks up his arrow, looks at it, shakes the muck off of it, and collects it.
You cheap bastard.
Hey, I want all my arrows.
What's
So you
next?
said that this. So you said that this door is locked. Yes.
No, Zook unlocked it. You saw him kneel down with his thieves' tools and go to work, and he popped the lock on it, but it still will not open. From what Tarin has said, it is magically barred.
Do you have some way to unmagic it?
Eric does.
I'll ask Tarin. I know that you can't gate us out again, but do you have any more uses of that spell where you can see the other side?
Yeah, I can cast that. I mean, if that's just a spell, I can just cast that.
You do so?
Wait, like when you say you can just cast that, do you mean you can just cast that as much as you want, or like a certain
Well, I
time
mean,
a day?
I just have to take an hour rest. It's like most of my other spells.
How many times can you cast it before you have to take an hour rest?
2 more.
All right. If that's not going to put us in trouble, might as well see what's on the other side.
Does take 10 minutes. Alright, let me cast Clairvoyance.
Okay.
So I'll target this square.
That square here?
With a visual scrying sensor. Yep.
You look beyond into this room, and it's treasury, actually. Piles of treasure stacked against the back wall, chests overflowing with gold and silver coins, shelves of jewels, decorative weapons, and curious pieces of art. You see one especially large chest back in this corner here. Large and sturdy looking metal chest, closed tightly. And adorning the far back wall are several brilliant tapestries depicting various landscapes and chivalry of some of Dunfoss's wealthier houses.
Have we... Zook, try and open the door from the other side, the one we already got through. I have an idea.
Okay.
Don't go through it, just try and open it, see if there's anything you can do when you're on this side of it.
You see two very heavy deadbolts you can just throw from this side of the door. You don't need to bother to try to unlock them.
Okay. And once he does that, can he open the door?
He cannot. Magically barred.
I don't think I have anything that's going to help us in this situation.
I don't.
I can walk through walls, but doesn't do anything for the rest of you.
Yeah, it sounds like you can't open it from the other side based on this little experiment. We could wait. Is it an hour rest for you to be able to make another portal?
No, I can only do the portal once a day.
So that would be a long rest.
That's at your Mystic Arcanum?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can Dimension Door after an hour rest, and I can take one person with me. I'm mostly worried about what happens once we're into this next room, the Treasury. What do those other doors look like?
They look like the same doors you've seen so far in the dungeon. Very heavy metal doors, and they both look to be enchanted.
Yeah.
You know what? I just remembered something somebody said earlier, and this is a really silly idea, but Zook's gonna go... Can I take places with you here, Khalil?
Sure.
Zook's gonna come up and he's just gonna say, gonna try in common and say, door, do you have a command word?
And unsurprisingly, the door says nothing in response.
Alright, fair enough.
No Zook can use magic items now.
Knock knock, who's there?
You knock on the door, and you hear...
Sure.
You hear the metal rapping of your knuckles hitting the door.
Something tells me this wizard doesn't like visitors.
I mean, I have one spell left for right now, so I could Dimension Door two of us in there, and then wait an hour, and then come back. But it's a arduous process at that point.
Unless it's barred the same way that main door is.
Now, Dimension Door can take you to a place you can see or visualize, but you've got your clairvoyance eye in there, yes?
Well, I don't know. Dimension Door I can also state a direction. It's Misty Step I have to see. But Dimension Door lets me bring someone else with me.
But by Misty Steps that you can see, does your clairvoyance count as seeing?
Yeah. Yeah,
you
so
can
the
Misty
portal,
Step in there.
The portal and Misty Step, I need to be able to see the location. With Dimension Door, I can just put a location. Or say the distance and direction. So.
Okay. So what's the plan?
Do we have any idea what the passcode on any of these doors could be? Do we have on us the letter originally that we took out of the other Wizard's Tower?
Yeah, someone does.
Can we reread that real quick and see if there's anything obvious? We might say all the proper nouns in front of this door.
Sure, I'll pull it up. Okay, it's the schematics for this magic item. This pair of glasses that can supposedly read any magic scroll regardless of training. And the last line of it just says, I need your help to finish these, but surely you see their worth. And it's signed Ferris Agnes Grand Wizard, Lake Fenufar Tower.
Ferris Agnes Grand Wizard, Lake Fenufar Tower. I'll say each of those standing in front of the door.
And the door stands mute.
This is a very impolite magical door.
Yeah, shouldn't a butler or something at least have told us to piss off by now?
Orphan's gonna go and start hauling stuff out of this room, and just like just start putting in a pile over here.
Okay. Orphan starts organizing the refuse of the dungeon.
Yeah, just so we can have a place to look at it that's not standing knee deep in slime.
Okay. I mean, it's
Good
just
thinking.
a couple pieces of hobgoblin armor corroded beyond use at this point.
Yeah, I don't have anything unless you do, Eldove. I can't do anything about a lock unless I know the password.
I could soil the door.
Fred, can you do anything?
Fred is looking kind of amused at the whole situation. He shakes his head. It's beyond me, Captain.
I mean, my worry is we're going to have to dimension door every single one of these. I mean, we can do it, but how many dimension doors is that? I have to go in there, take one person, come back, take another person. So it would take 3 hours just to get us all in there.
And don't forget, Eldove has a goat and a wolf.
That's okay. I can dismiss the goat and the wolf.
But you have a goat, really?
No.
And you can't leave the goat alone with Orphan's cabbage.
Okay. Okay.
I had to take the joke an extra step because it seemed like
Yeah,
Destil
yeah.
was struggling with it a little bit. So
He wasn't figuring. He wasn't putting two and two together.
right.
I just now noticed that Orphan has
I just assumed
transparency
that
on
the
it.
wolf was familiar this time because, you know.
So what's the plan?
My plan at this point is
I don't know that we have one.
my plan at this point is screw this troll, this goblin nonsense. Why don't we just go to the front door and say, "Hey, how's it going? Do we commission something from you?"
Can I inspect all the stuff that I pulled out of the room just to see if it has any hints on it?
And he has any what?
Any hints or ideas or suggestions on it?
No, like I said, it's just various
It's just-
pieces of corroded
Okay.
hobgoblin armor.
All right.
You surmise this would have been the second company that came to the tower. This is what's left of them.
All right. I know I'm. Duke comes back to this dead end, and he already investigated it. He's just gonna tap on the wall to see if it seems hollow or anything on the other side.
Seems solid.
Do we just want to search the entirety of the rooms we're trapped in now for secret doors along the edges?
Yes.
Might as well. We don't have any other thing to do with our time.
Orphan goes up to the locked door and just going to try a few suggestions. Just say like garbage. Let's see, trash. Cleanup.
And the door does not respond.
Anything related to that. Okay.
Try
Tarin
open in every language we know.
and Eldove,
Yeah.
I'll let you guys have a whiz 10. You know, I'll let Khalil have this too. Khalil can take it with advantage if he really wants to.
I
So
pass.
16.
Watch Khalil fail. You know, Khalil fails. It went off the table. So
Nope, that's 14.
16, 16, 14.
Yeah.
relatively
Okay.
cheaply, you guys could commission spell scrolls from the School of Senses in Kiska. The two spells that Eldove and Tarin and specifically would know would be helpful here would be Dispel Magic or Knock.
Yeah, but if we go to the School of Senses, don't we have to deal with Null Kantar? I mean,
You don't have
which
to.
we should do anyway.
You don't have to deal with him.
He's only one of the nulls in the school.
No, but I mean I don't mean deal with him as in talk to him about magic. I mean deal with him as in take him, send him back to his home plane of existence because it's another worldly terror.
No, you don't have to deal with him. It probably would not be smart to bring Khalil with you.
Oh, but Khalil wants to visit his home.
He does. In fact, he
So-
said as much to me, but that would be a whole other can of worms, and you guys said you wanted to be done before midnight.
That is a session that's probably going to have to wait until I am not moving.
Okay, so spell scrolls.
Got about probably like 45 hours by now, I assume. Maybe more.
Oh, we can always just give him a sending and say it's going to take another day or two.
Oh, that's right. We can send to him. I keep
Yeah.
forgetting that.
We told him that we might need more time. Knowing that we were going up against enchanted doors, we maybe should have thought about this before getting in here. So, do we want to teleport our whole selves out of here, or do
I don't
we
think
wanna
no, I
hold
don't
it.
think anyone wants to stay behind. Let me do something. All right, give me an hour.
Okay.
And you all
I'll
take
take a short rest.
Short rest here in this silent, enclosed tomb beneath the earth, and you run out of oxygen and you all die. I'm gonna run to the fridge real quick, refresh my Pepsi. When I come back, we will hear Tarin's fantastic plan.
I'll be right back.
God damn it! Stop the glue. God, Khalil, you get in the way.
Now, seeing the, I have the Ike amiibo, and seeing how like Ike has the cape that kind of billows out on both sides, I can see why Brickwood would say that'd be a problem if they
Yeah.
modeled these things on that.
Yeah, that would be.
Mega Man's pose on the amiibo is different than the one that they used for here, though.
Well, they got snakes, so it must be not exactly the amiibos.
All right. So what is this dastardly plan that Tarin has?
All right. First, I'll cast Armor of Agathis.
Okay.
Then I will throw the hood up on my cloak and speak the command word.
And you enter the ethereal plane, deep
And
under the
I'll-
ground.
Walk to here and speak the command word to undo it.
And attempting to push through the wall, you find that it's solid, even in the ethereal.
Huh, interesting. What about the door?
The door also, well, no, the door's not solid.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'll come into here. If the walls are actually extended to the ethereal plane, I'll start exploring through the ethereal plane, so I'll try here.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Walking through the door,
Yep.
Turns in the ethereal plane.
he is.
Good.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd stay that long in there.
Normally I don't. Normally I make it a rule not to spend more than about a round in the
You
ethereal
step
plane
into
at a
this
time.
room, and milling around in the back of this room, I will go ahead and spawn them in. A group of ogres shambling around in the darkness. They don't seem to be very cognizant of their surroundings.
Do they look like they're alive or undead, or...
They definitely don't look alive. They
Okay.
have grievous wounds, their flesh is rotting, they're each clutching morning stars.
Oh, good. Zombie ogres.
And I'll try this door then.
Okay, and you step through this door. You look into this room, and as soon as you step in the door, you see coming through this back wall a huge maw of teeth. Looks like a purple worm. Looks like it's swimming in and out of the stone, the ethereal stone of this dungeon. And you just see it move through this wall, and it moves into this one. And it does not seem to have noticed you, but it reminded you of the ones that you saw outside of the tower down in Caer Tyrell.
Yeah, that seems pretty scary. I'll just take a peek around this corner and then I'll speak the command word. In fact, I'll just close my eyes, move to here, and speak the command word.
Okay. Oops. And you come out of the ethereal plane, and you're standing in a small room adjoining a hallway. And looking down the hallway, you see a faint figure moving around the darkness back here, but it's difficult to make out what it is.
Huh.
Oh
Can I
boy.
open this door from this side?
Yes, it is not locked.
Alright.
And you can open it
I'm not
up.
going to enter the treasury. I'm just going to open the door.
Okay, and it's open. In fact, let me go ahead and mark off the doors that you have open, since we're walking through doors now. That one's open, and that one's open.
Actually, you know, on second thought, I will go through the treasury. So I'll enter the treasury and the mimic kills me. I'll try and open this door from that side.
And you see the deadbolts that Zook manage to open, but the door does not open. The north door of this room that goes into where the ogres are waiting also radiates magic.
Is that... I'm not going to try and open that. I'll knock on the door just to let them know I'm okay. Knock 3 times.
You knock, and the ogre is like, alright, that's fine. You're cool, bro.
And then... do I want to... I don't want to deal with this figure. Let's just dimension door back to here.
Okay, and then Tarin rematerializes within your midst.
Duh.
Well, the ethereal plane is still terrifying even at this depth. That's nice.
Hey, you didn't die.
Oh, good.
There's a room filled with...
We all kind of thought you would die.
Yeah, me too. There's a room filled with undead ogres. It looks like it's magically barred as well. The room outside of the treasury leads to a room with some sort of shadowy figure. It could be a ghost, apparition, illusion. Didn't stick around long enough to find out. But I think
Alright, well, I win the pool on shadowy figure.
if we get past this next arcane lock, we
Orphan
can
takes it
probably
cold
make our
out,
way through.
Slots it in the sand.
So, still no plan for getting through this door, though.
Yeah, I think we need to just get some way to break arcane locks at this point.
Can you guys teleport over to Kiska and take care of that and get back here, or do we all need to leave quickly?
I think we should all teleport to Kiska.
Oh yeah, Eldove can teleport all of you.
I do have some good news. We don't really need to go all the way to Kiska. I know a wizard nearby. He lives at Lake Finifar.
But then, okay. So do we want to send
What if-
to the hobgoblin dude? Tell him we need a minute and go take care of our shopping list?
It'll take us basically about 10 hours to come back here once we leave. And we should be able to come right back outside the tower because I grabbed a little stick or something out there.
You mean right outside?
That
the
was what I
barricade?
was doing back when I was like, shit, I forgot to grab something 2 hours ago at the ogre camp. Guess we can't go back there. Oh well, I'll grab something here.
Yeah, it would be no problem to teleport back to this area.
All right. Well, let's go grocery shopping.
All right.
So you're all going to Kiska, including Khalil?
We have I don't have any like disguise magic or anything, unfortunately. We could just make him invisible.
We could make him invisible.
Can you do that, Eldove?
Actually, Fred could polymorph him.
Really? Hey,
Yes,
there we
let's
go.
do that.
Polymorph works as disguise, doesn't it?
I imagine it does. I can't.
No one's gonna recognize him.
Let us totally polymorph
Oh wait, Khalil, you can't yell "halt criminal" or anything like that. Or
Halt, sinners!
God, you guys are gonna get me killed.
Yeah,
Well,
Fred,
we
no,
could leave
Fred,
you here
Fred
and
offers to
think-
polymorph him.
we could leave you here, man.
Or you could stay
It's your
here.
choice.
No, we shouldn't leave him here. I mean, you can just polymorph him into a differently looking human, right?
Fred says, sure, I could do that.
What else could you polymorph him into?
He has a mischievous grin on his face.
Dude claps his hands in anticipation.
No. Oh, God.
All right, well, let's get that taken care of before
Oh
we
wait, no,
teleport.
polymorph him only works as a beast in this edition?
He says he has something in mind, but he says it won't last long. Only for about an hour.
Long enough to get me to a safe house, I'd imagine.
Yeah, we could just rent an in-room and you could just spend the 10
Yeah.
hours in there.
Guys, in all seriousness, I don't think any. If we get to town, I can probably go to my guild and get him stashed over there. I don't think anyone would care. Actually, I don't know that I can assume that. Now that I think about it.
Hey!
Your
Time out.
guild tends to make things complicated.
Yeah, your guild is kind of a criminal organization.
Hey, we are a well-respected organization in that town.
Hey, allegedly criminal.
But hey,
I think they're
Still-
actually pretty criminal. Hate to break
Bill,
it to you. I mean,
even though I might have, cut ties with the Wallwalkers, they might see me as a bit of a problem.
That's why we're going to
I
polymorph
definitely
you,
do
says
not
Fred.
recommend.
yeah, I think if we polymorph him and just bring him up into an in-suite and then we teleport him directly out, that'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I recommend we don't talk to anybody, and we don't send Zook out because, no offense, Zook, but you tend to lead to trouble.
Awesome trouble, but fair enough.
Fred claps his hands together and rubs and steps forth.
God, here we go.
says the magic, or sings the magic words of the song. And Khalil's body gets stockier and shorter and considerably hairier. And after a few moments, you look down and you realize he's taken the form of Adric. And Fred says, I think this is fitting, don't you?
We're gonna get into town, and they're going to put us in jail for resurrecting the dead after a tournament. Thanks.
That happened over a year ago. It'll be fine.
And you hear the thick, rich dwarven accent as Khalil speaks.
No, I don't say that. Oh my god, what is this? I feel
Really,
funny.
Fred? Really?
And Fred is snickering.
Look, I actually appreciate the joke. I was expecting a cat. I'll admit it.
Orphan pipes up. I was expecting a woman.
Fred says, look,
I was also
NPCs can
expecting
metagame too.
You should have turned him into a gnome, because then maybe he could actually shoot.
Fred says, well,
Whoa, damn!
shots fired.
I will bonk Zook on the back of the head
Shots
for
fired directly into Khalil.
Hey, good news. You can now look Zook in the eye almost.
Okay.
And Fred
Anyway.
turns to Orphan and
Alright,
says, to be fair, nobody's checked his package yet. All dwarven women
Alright,
have
that's enough.
beards.
That's enough silliness for now, and
That's
everyone
the first time
crowd in.
Eldove has ever said that.
Listen, I'm about to do some magic shit, and I want an appreciative audience.
Okay. And the ogres are very appreciative. Where do you teleport to?
Put us down by the
Actually,
giant inn.
probably. Yeah,
Khalil.
but probably the people who would find it least surprising to see a bunch of people teleport in would be the school senses.
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
So I'm gonna say outside the gates of the school senses, because they might have some kind of magical barrier.
Okay. And what is the chance of success on that?
I have something from Kiska, it's 100%.
Gotcha. Okay. Let me load in Kiska then. I should still make you roll it. Just to be a
See how
hard ass.
let's see how fucked.
Oh, you know what?
You probably should have loaded the other
Yeah.
one.
this
You
way.
know what I mean?
Eldove, when can you bring us back? How much magic does this take?
I need 8 hours of rest.
Okay.
Back into an inn. Drop off Khalil.
Yeah, you all are warped to inside the walls of the School of the Senses in Kiska. The sensation of teleportation slowly washes away from you. Feel slightly nauseous.
I hear it's unpleasantly like being drunk.
Some heads are turned as you arrive, but you're not entirely out of place here.
Eldove waves.
Nobody weighs back. 'Cause nobody cares who Eldove is.
Alright, so...
No one's interested in the people who just teleported in?
Wait,
Man,
is,
these people are jaded.
It
Is
happens.
That shit happens all the time.
Yeah, it happens. So
is knock a ritual?
it might be.
Then all we need to
Knock
do
is not
get
a
the-
ritual, because if it was, I would know it.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. Okay. All we would need to do is get a book and you could cast it out of that.
Yeah.
Remember, Zook can use magic device now too, if that helps. I don't know if it does.
It means Zook will be able to use the spell scroll. Yes. So what do y'all do with
I
Khalil?
don't think we're exactly hurting for people who'd be able to use the spell scroll, though.
I didn't know if it
So
would
in this
matter
one
having me
instance-
do it while picking a lock or not, but probably it doesn't.
So what do you guys do with Khalil? We'll start with that.
Whatever,
let's take
whatever you. Yeah.
I was gonna say, why don't we immediately take him? Like, I don't know, maybe me and or Orphan can take him to CD Inn in Low Harbor.
Orphan will take him because Orphan doesn't want to be at the school census right now.
Oh, I'm also going, because I'm going to start my 8-hour rest. You guys can deal with the...
I don't
Alright.
actually have a lot of money on me. I'm looking at the spell right now.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'll toss you a pouch.
Okay.
Go nuts.
Lil tosses him a pouch too. It's got 900 gold
can-
in it.
And so Zook takes one of the pouches and goes to town.
Okay.
No,
I didn't.
I'll hang out at the school of
And-
senses.
I'll rent us a inn at the market ward.
Okay. Yeah, you find a decent looking place. For 5 silvers, you can get a room for all of you to share.
So how quickly do we lose sight of Fred?
Oh, he's gone immediately. He says he's gonna go get his winky wet. He'll see you tomorrow.
I'll pay and buy us lunch.
Okay, another silver
And,
for midday meal.
Khalil scarfs and barfs and then heads up immediately to his room.
Yeah, I head up as well to go take a nap.
Okay. Decently comfortable room. You're not down in Little Harbor, so it's not seedy. There's not bugs in the mat, whatnot. So you guys up at the school. You're commissioning...
Yep.
What exactly are you
looking that
commissioning?
up. I'm looking right now. Give me 1 second.
Because I have the prices and stuff in front of me.
Yep. Knock is 2nd level, so assuming that I or Eldove can use that, I'm gonna probably go with 4 scrolls of knock. Let
You want me to take my
double
spell
check.
list?
I can't cast it. You?
It doesn't matter because Zook has
wait.
used magic device. He can use it as
Yeah.
though it were on his spell list.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact,
And
I would
it is on
suggest
my
getting-
spell list anyway.
I would suggest getting some Dispel Magic and some Knock, so that we
Wow.
have both.
I mean, you gave me 900, and how much did Eldove give me?
Probably, I think I had a decent amount on me. It's probably 50 platinum.
So 500?
Yeah. Dispel magic is
Yeah.
a level 3 and knock is a level 2.
And I have a total of 135 on me.
Do either of these spells require material components? I don't think they do.
So we have-
I'm actually broke because all my money is held up in other places now.
Exactly. I have... Okay, so how much does each of those scrolls cost if I...
Hold on 1 second. A scroll of knock would be 100 pieces of gold.
Mhm.
And dispel magic would be 225 pieces of gold.
I'll take 1 Dispel Magic and 4 Knock.
Okay, go ahead and
Yep.
remove that from the list there. The scrolls will be ready for you this time tomorrow morning.
You said it was 225?
225 for the level 3
Okay.
dispel magic. And
So 625 altogether.
Yep.
yeah. Yeah, 100 for each for the level 2 knock. Unless you want a higher level of knock or dispel magic, that's what it costs. That's the baseline.
Yeah, what level is magic lock?
From what you understand, I don't even think arcane lock does scale with level, to be honest.
No, I don't think it does. Knock doesn't, so...
But understand that the knock spell doesn't destroy the arcane lock. It suppresses it for a couple of minutes, long enough to get through. It's not like you unlock the door and it remains unlocked. You cast knock, the arcane lock dissolves long enough to get you guys through. Dispel magic would totally remove the lock.
But we're planning on teleporting back out, I think, so...
Right. Well, that was the plan as I understood it. Just making sure everybody's
Yep.
on the same page.
Eldove, do you teleport and teleport circle? Are those different spell levels, or...
Those are different spell levels.
So
I
if
can
we
teleport
don't need...
circle us somewhere, but
Right, but that's only back to a teleportation circle, so we don't need the knock...
Right.
We don't necessarily need the teleport to get back out.
right. It's just the
Okay.
only problem is that teleport takes 1 round.
Yeah, I
Teleportation
know.
circle takes 1 minute.
Yep. Okay.
We have circles back to our house and the boat. Is that correct?
We don't have one on the boat.
No, it takes
No,
it
just
takes
on
a
the house.
year to construct a teleport circle. Eldove spent that whole year at the inn constructing that circle. He had to go down and do a ritual every day to enchant it.
I remember. I just couldn't remember if we also got one on the boat or not. I can't
Nope.
remember how long we had spent.
And in fact, I would rule that you can't put one on the boat because it's a moving object. The magic would decay very quickly. It's not a fixed location in the world. Because I didn't allow Eldove to even teleport there, even though he had stuff from the boat on him. Does anybody do anything else in town? Are you guys just taking the scrolls, hanging out at the inn? Tomorrow morning you're going to come retrieve them, then teleport back to the dungeon?
Yep.
So you're not going to deal with Null Contour, and you're not going to clear Khalil's name while you're here. All right.
I'm not gonna deal with non Kantar until we've got more time to work with.
Like I said, Brick Road, it's something that I want to do, but it's going to take a session where I'm not, like that. And you already planned for one thing, and doing another thing, like just completely off the wall, would probably not be the best thing.
And
So
we wouldn't be done by midnight if you would eat all those.
no,
What time do we teleport into town? And because we got to wait till tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning the scrolls will be done.
Yeah, I'll
Describes
just
those
do a
completely.
sending to the Warlord and tell him it's going to take us 2 more days to magic our way into the tower. Now that we know we've scouted it, now that we know the preparations, we're making them, and then we will go through.
You tell
reply
him
25 words or less.
Do you respond to that?
Yeah, the war
I don't
chief
know,
responds.
That whole thing sounded more than 25 words. I think you might have gotten reply 20.
The war chief responds, "Would that you could do it sooner, but hurry up."
Well, shit, if we're in town and I don't think anyone's looking for Zook, so he's gonna go to the bazaar and just poke around.
Looking for anything in particular?
Zook is still itching to get his hands on something magical to play around with, but, you know, nothing in particular.
Like, I'm looking for magical itching powder?
Magical devices. I don't know. Nothing in particular. Just anything
Like-
that catches his eye.
Wands or something? I mean, it would take... in the bazaar, you're probably not going to find any magic items. If you're looking for, like, a wand or a particular magic item, that's not going to be the kind of thing you browse around the open market for.
Yeah, then Zook's just wandering around the market. He didn't even have any money on him, so I don't know why he's bothering. Might
All right.
steal something, I don't know.
All right, so for each of the three of us that paid for the scrolls, it's 208 gold. Just take that off, and I'll give you the rest of your change back.
And the scrolls are delivered to you tomorrow morning when you return to the school.
That was 4. Let me put these in the party loot.
You bought 4 knock and 1
Yep.
dispel magic. Level 3
At
dispel
third
magic.
level. Yep.
You gonna actually hang on to all those, Tarin?
No, I can't actually use. I can use the dispel magic. I can't use the knock, so I'll give those to you.
Okay,
You want to
so...
put them on your sheet, and I don't put them on the party loot.
Well, Well, I mean, I don't know if it matters to Brick Road.
No.
If I have...
Whoever has the scrolls, put them on your sheet so I know who
Yeah,
has
because
them.
I actually have a section for party loot with scrolls, but those are usually assumed to be in our keep or in the ship
Yeah.
at this point.
So I'm gonna actually add those to mine. So
Okay,
scroll up.
I'll take the dispel magic.
Okay. And then Eldove teleports you all back to the dungeon. Was that the idea?
Yeah.
Okay. Fred staggers in drunkenly, late in the morning, ready to go back to grand adventure below Lake Fenufar. Yes, magic doors. I'm excited. He's had a few.